Hello guys, welcome to my new video, and in this video I want to show you how you can make these one color triangle ends. Regarding this triangle, okay, one thing I need to explain is usually when you are trying to make your bracelets, I believe that you have the same amount of knots on this side and same amount of knots on this side, which is actually not happening here, because I think here we have around 9 or 10 knots and here we have around 7, so it's quite possible that this one will be a little bit smaller and this will be a little bit bigger, so it will be a little bit like disproportional, but it doesn't matter. At least you will understand the principle, how it works. Let's start. Okay, so when you want to do one color these triangle ends, of course you need to be using the color which is at the end, which is actually going to be this dark string, and it's also here at this end. So I will go like this and I will go like this. In this video, of course, I'm kind of expecting you to know that what are the forward knots and backward knots and forward backward knots and so on. So unfortunately I'm not going to be making tutorial about these style of knots. I'm just going to tell you what kind of knots I'm doing actually. Okay, so with this string, which is this string at the edge, which is the dark one, I'm going to take the first string which is underneath, and here I will do backward knot. One and two. Okay, so here we have a backward knot. Okay, now we are going to do a different knots. So now I'm going to take the same string, the second one in a row, and now I'm going to do forward backward knot with these two strings and with this one in my hand. So that's a forward. As you can see here, it doesn't want to go to the end, so if it doesn't go to the end, I'll just push it with my nail a little bit to get it into position, and now I will tighten it. Okay, and now I will do a backward knot. Look at my left hand where I hold this dark string. So what I'm actually doing right now, I'm pulling in a way that I'm nearly touching the bracelet, and I'm trying to pull into opposite direction as where this edge is. When the edge goes like this, I'm trying to pull the string that way, and therefore when I'm pulling the string that way, it will be tightened very close to this edge, which is actually what we want. Okay, I finished these two strings. Now I will grab the third string in a row, and I'm holding now all three strings, and again I will do forward backward knot. And again you can see how am I pulling it. Okay, great. Now I will take another one in a row. Now I'm holding all of them together. Now it's like 4 strings, and again I'm going forward backward. It's always very important what direction are you pulling this string, and I'm trying to keep it close to the bracelet itself. Okay, great. Now I will take another one. Now I'm holding like 5 of them in my hand and do again forward backward knot. Fantastic. And now I will take a last one, and again I will do forward backward knot. I like this one. Okay, now something I will explain to you. It's not very typical, but I will explain for the purpose of this video. As I said before, here I have more knots than I have here. So as you can also see here, this one is a bit bigger than this one. So what I'll do here is I will do one more forward backward knot. That means it won't be connected to anything anymore. You don't need to do this. This is just for me to make this more even. Okay, that's fantastic. And now I know, because I know already from here, that this will be matching better this side. Okay, but if you have a bracelet where you have an even amount of knots on this side and even amount of knots on this side, of course you don't need to do that. Okay, so I finished with this side. As you can see, it looks pretty similar. That's fantastic. Let's try to keep it somewhere out of the way if I can. And now let's take this. And again, we're going to use this string at the edge, and that's this dark blue in this particular case. And again, I'll take one string underneath, and in this case I will do forward knot. But we all know that one forward knot contains two knots. One half and then another half. But I know you know that, so I don't need to go into detail. Okay, and now you'll be doing backward forward knots. So here, in this case, in here, you are creating forward backward knots. Here in this case, you're creating a forward knot on this first string, and after that's done, then you're continuing backward forward knots up to here. And it's the same here, exactly the same. So what you're doing here, you're doing also here. What you're doing here, you're also doing here. That means this one is forward backward, this one is backward forward, forward backward, and this one is backward forward. And always just the first knot, it's different. Okay, so I've done this forward knot here. Now I'm grabbing two strings already, and I'm going to do backward forward. So okay, backward. Okay, and what is important now, at least for me, okay, and it's actually very important, as you can see how I'm holding these threads. Okay, now I leave it. Usually when I work on this side, or when I generally work on a bracelet, I always hold the threads like this. So this one in my right hand, this one in my left hand. But for this particular example here, what I'm going to do, okay, I will show you again. I don't want to make this video too complicated, but this is the way how I do, so I just want to show you how I do it. So this is how would I hold it normally. That means this string I would hold in my left hand, and these two strings I would hold in my right hand. But what I'll do here is I will try to swap the strings, okay, and I will do it other way around, which is not very comfortable, but I somehow got used to it, and I will show you why I do it this way. Of course you can find your own way. So now, because I'm already done the first string and I'm holding these two strings in my hand, I'm going to do, as I said, backward forward knot. So right now I'm trying to do backward forward knot this way, which is a bit complicated for me, but anyway. And why I'm doing it this way is because I can now, as you can see, with this hand I can pull it this direction. Because if you remember from before, I just said that when you have this edge here, I'm always trying to pull that way. And this is probably the best way for me to do it. So now I've done a backward knot, and now I'm going to do a forward knot. Of course I don't want these strings in a way. Okay, fantastic. and I'm kind of like trying to compare to another side if those knots are not too big or not too small. I'm just trying to somehow keep it similar if I can. Okay, now I will grab another string, the third one. And so I have 3 strings right now, and again I'm going backward, forward knot. But I'm going with this hand, which is quite uncomfortable, but it's okay, I can handle it. And again, I'm trying to keep pulling this direction. Okay, that's fantastic. And now I'm going to do forward knot. It's quite actually interesting for the brain as well, to train your brain that you're just using different hands. And you know, it's like when someone is brushing their teeth with left hand or something, you know, when they are using normally right hand. Great, now I will take another string. So now I'm holding like 4 strings together, and again I will do backward forward knot with this weird twisted technique, but it's working actually. And again I will just go like this. Fantastic. And now the forward knot. That's great. I'm always trying to keep these strings out of my way. It's very nice. So far I like it. I mean, for me personally, as I said, I'm not very professional, so even if it doesn't look perfect, it doesn't really matter that much. You know, I will get there at some point. So now I have like 5 strings in my hand, and again I will do backward forward knot. Okay, that's backward, and this one is forward. And so far it goes well. Okay, now I will take another string, and again I'm going backward forward knot. That's fantastic. I'll take another one, and I'm going backward and forward. I'll take another one, going backward and forward. Last string here, so I'm gonna take it and I'll do backward and forward. Okay, fantastic. I'm actually very happy with this. Okay, I haven't finished this yet, and I'm gonna show you what I'm going to do now. So I have these 2 tails here, and originally I'm gonna use them as a 1 tail. I'll make another tutorial about that, because I want to use this as a 1 tail, this one as another tail, and then I will put a button between. I will show you that in another tutorial. So as I can see, this one shows some little string in there, so I'll try to just pull it like this. I'll just pull that particular string and it will come back into the shape. Okay, so right now I have this dark blue thread, which is from here. So this dark blue thread comes from the left side, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this tail from the right side, and I'm just going to do forward backward knot. Okay, that's fantastic. You can see how it comes together. What is important here, as you can see, again, I'm pulling this string always into that direction, because I want to have this main part of the knot here in the middle. Okay, so this one we've done. So I've used string from here to make a knot on this opposite tail. Okay, now I will take the dark string, is this one, which is coming from here, which is coming from this part. I will take this little tail, and now you can see that again I'm holding the string with this hand, and now I'm going to do backward forward knot. Okay, and I'm going to do again with this hand, which is a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. Okay, so it's backward. If it doesn't want to go very close, you can literally just push it with your nail. Okay, that's nice. And now I will do a forward knot. Okay, fantastic. So again, as you can see, when I finished it, I'm pulling it this direction, and again the main part of the knot was created here again in the middle. So now we are finished. Yeah, I think it looks pretty similar. I'm very pleased with that. So what I'm going to do in another tutorial, I'm going to show you what am I going to do with these two tails and how am I going to add a button there. So this is the video on how I make these one color triangle ends. Of course I can imagine that there are some other videos of people that can do it much faster and maybe more professional in much easier way. As I said, I make bracelets only like 3 months, so I'm really pleased that it looks pretty similar to each other. And of course I found it very important in this video to explain to you why when you have an edge like this you should be pulling cotton that direction, when you have an edge like this you should be pulling cotton that direction, so you will have these nice and even knots close to the pattern, and the same here. And of course in another video I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these ends. I like to do buttons on my bracelets, so please stay tuned and I can show you there. And hopefully you understood everything. If you didn't understand anything, please feel free to comment and I will try to answer your questions. And guys, please give me a like, share this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching and good luck with your bracelets. Bye bye.